IEFO, it's going to be a bit of a pre-Christmas gift, I suppose, for the budget bottom line.
Yeah, that's right. Expecting a bit of a bump when it comes to the numbers coming under when it comes to JobKeeper, which is great for the economy. That is good news, but obviously there are some. There's going to be a lot of red ink there. We know that. That's already been outlined in the budget. A lot of these challenges are going to be not just about the next 6 months, but the coming years and decade as well. There's a big debt number there now. That's not going to go away. So big challenges ahead. Yes, slightly good news, and obviously down to Victoria and the main coming back online and reopening the economy. So to be expected, but we shouldn't be papering over the fact that there are some challenges to the budget over the medium term.
What do you think is the biggest challenge that it faces next year?
Yeah, look, I mean, China obviously is a real crunch point for us now as well. I think that the main thing that's been propping up Australian economic growth, Pete, for a long time now has been population. And we know from international students and the fact that international travel is going to be constrained for a long time to come. That's going to hit us for not just now, but for 12 months, 18 months, 2 years. That's going to hit tourism. It's going to hit our exporters. It's going to hit a lot of sectors of the economy. So that's going to really put the pressure on governments to sort of drive productivity, even the fertility rates down as well. So I think that's where the main challenges are over the next few years and the medium term too. So there's a big debt number. We're over $1 trillion being projected now. I think that's sustainable from a budget perspective, but I think the tail there is that there's a need for reform, and the reform headlights are coming at the Australian government really quickly.
Iron ore has been seen as a pretty big saviour for the budget bottom line, hasn't it? At this point, the government forecasts hadn't been as big or as long as what it has turned out to be, which has turned out to be a bit of a plus in the end, but it's only going to last until about, the middle of next year?
Yeah, look, that's right. They've been very cautious in the last couple of budget updates to sort of undershoot when it comes to iron ore, and I think that's obviously been good for the budget, but that's not really a sustainable strategy when it comes to getting the budget back on track in the medium term. It's been useful, and obviously all signs are at the moment, touch wood, that China is continuing to accept their iron ore, and that's obviously a necessary part of their expansion. Hopefully that continues, but we need to be doing better in terms of diversification and looking at our exports and which markets that Australian exporters are focusing on as well. So there's some real structural challenges to the budget and the economy coming up, Pete.
I mean, the barley growers, we just had one of them on the show a short time ago, and they don't support this move that the government is taking to go the WTO over barley because they believe it's a waste of time. They believe you're better off trying to explore these other markets, which, to be fair, the government is trying to do at the moment, but you're just not going to be able to make up that shortfall. No,
that's right. And look, what's China's track record when it comes to accepting WTO outcomes?
They're not playing by the rules.
At the moment. So what's going to change in a couple of years' time when we get an outcome and findings? So I think that's why. I mean, to be fair, the Australian government's message to exporters for some time has been start to look at other markets. It's a real concern. Like this is actually the number one political and economic issue facing the Australian economy in the next 12 to 18 months. It's not going away, and not all exporters will be able to quickly switch to other markets. So there's a big flow-on impact when it comes to employment in the rest of the economy.
Yeah, okay. You got a good Christmas plan, mate?
Quite one.
Yeah.
I'll be in touch. So hopefully there's not as much politics this Christmas and New Year period as there was last year.
Yeah, because with the bushfires, it's hard to believe that was 12 months ago, wasn't it?
A little less politics would be good for all of us, I think, this Christmas.